fine. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, we can eat them scrambled, over easy, poached, you name it. There's a ton of ways to do eggs. The only thing about eggs is it can also be kind of difficult to figure out how to make all those different kinds and have them come out really great. This little gadget is actually an egg cooker. This particular one is by Mark Charles Maselli, but they're made by a lot of different companies and different brands. There's a domed lid that you see here, which this particular one comes right off. Inside, everything is stored. This is your water cup, and it has all these little measurements on here to tell you how much water for hard-boiled, medium-boiled, soft-boiled, and you turn this guy over, and there's a line on the back for omelet and poached eggs. And on the bottom, under a little cap here, is a little bitty needle that you use to puncture the egg before you put it in the machine so that it won't explode. And that's because these type of machines actually steam your eggs. They're really good, really moist. So this little handy dandy guy here is actually an egg poacher. You can put 2 eggs in here and it will poach them really well, or make 2 small individual omelets. What I like to do on this and what I find works better is just to rub a little bit of olive oil or maybe a little butter in there, and they come right out. Then we have this guy, and this is actually made for omelets. So you can actually put cooked meat in here, you can put vegetables or whatever, and then pour your egg mixture right on top, set it on the tray, and it will actually go ahead and make an omelet. Now I've actually tried this by cracking 3 eggs in here, not scrambling them or anything, and it's worked that way well for me too. This right here is the tray that you put the eggs in, and it will fit up to 6 eggs, and then in the space in the middle is where the handle goes, so you can lift the eggs off pretty easily. Removing that, you have the tray here that actually warms up the water. So all put together, if you were just going to do regular eggs there, it would look something like that. That's if you were doing like hard-boiled, soft-boiled, or medium eggs. And then what happens is you go ahead and you pour the water in, obviously, up to the line. You push the button here, and a little light will come on, and it will actually automatically cook them to the correct time. It won't overcook them because when the water in this particular model evaporates, the machine turns itself off. If you leave the dome on, it'll cook just a little bit more. You take the dome off immediately, and it will start to cool down. And then if you're ready, like right away, you can just take this tray and just plunge it into cold water when you have the handle attached. So this is a great little device, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how we're going to make some eggs. What I have here today is some brown eggs. Now this works with any kind of egg. It doesn't really matter. What I'm going to go ahead and do is poke a hole right in the top, kind of gently using a back and forth motion, and it will put a hole right in there. Pretty easy. I'm going to replace the cap so that I keep everything safe. And I am going to do soft-boiled eggs today, so I'm going to fill the water right up to that line. And it's going to go right into the tray. I'm going to put the lid on. Mine has a locking feature, so I can go ahead and do that. But if yours doesn't, just set the lid on. I'm going to plug it in and get ready to push the button. Alright. And when it's done, this machine has an audio alarm, so it's going to let me know that the eggs are ready. See you in a few. There's the alarm. Push the button, turns off instantly, which is really good. So the eggs are done. What I'm going to do is take the lid off because I don't want them to cook additionally. All the water has evaporated out of here. You can see the steam going on there. And we're going to go ahead and get these eggs into some cool water so that I can stop the cooking right away. All right. So there are my eggs. They're fully cooked. I'm going to serve them on some toast, and let's have a look and see how we did. I want you to go ahead and have a look at just how perfectly this egg is done. It's creamy. It's got the nice liquid. You could still move around in there. Now, traditionally, you could serve these in an egg cup and dip your bread strips in here. I'm actually going to put this on toast. So I'm going to get all the eggs on here and give this a test. So this is how I like to eat my soft-boiled eggs. I break them open and just sort of scrape them out onto some toast. I sprinkle them with a little bit of salt, a little bit of dill, and let's go ahead and have a taste and see how these eggs came out. Get a little bit of yolk here, a little bit of toast, so we have a sampling of everything. So good. These eggs are perfect. So that's kind of a great way to be able to do eggs anyway without having to watch them or babysit them or stress them out. And the egg machine itself is pretty small, so it doesn't take up much space. So if you're thinking about maybe getting something to do your eggs better, that's what I'd recommend.